wild, gotta keep it jumping till you hit the top. So keep dancing all around the block, and when the morning comes, no, you don't stop. Beat drops and the music blasts, so just lose the plot. But she can dare and dare, all the shapes up like nobody's there. Break down, put your hands in the air.
Let's keep the hype going. Here is Noise Storm with his track Sentinel.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Whoops, that wasn't the best transition of sound right there. Welcome to the Collegiate Star League. Oh my freaking god. Joey, first came the Earth, then came bacteria, then the dinosaurs, then primates, then us, and now Wednesday night CSGO. Could you believe it that we've gotten so far in
so far in such a short period of time, man?
Yeah, no, it's great.
It's like the jump from sea mammals to land mammals. Like, it happened instantly. Like,
absolutely, instantly. I'm so excited for tonight. One, because I almost never cast it anymore, so if I can sneak myself in once in a while, it's always fun. But tonight we got an awesome CSGO night for you guys. Again, thank you for tuning in, and for those that were paying attention enough, we swapped from C Star League 2 to C Star League 1 tonight, so I'll let everybody know. Usually after this week, we'll be back on C Star League 2 because Hearthstone will be back on Wednesdays. So make a mental note of that. But for tonight, we have a sick couple matches for y'all. Columbia versus Langara, the eastern kind of north coast. It's that kind of New York, British Columbia area. And then after that, 8 o'clock, we have West Coast Titans, UC Davis versus UCLA.
Yeah, that's the game I'm super stoked to see. I've seen both teams play, so it's interesting because both games I want to see for different reasons. This one I want to see for like science. I want to be able to study these guys and see what they're up to because I've never seen any of them play. Got a little familiar with them during the warm up before we started today, so got to talk to a bunch of them. I'm from what I've seen just in the chat and them messing around. Netram is obviously just, a binder. He's got a bunch of like troll binds. So I think they're just like goofy trying to get in the heads of their opponents. I don't know what to expect when that happens, to be honest. But they could either be gods or they could be just, having fun. And so I'm super curious actually to see both of these teams and how they perform. Obviously the stats say Columbia's favored, but at the same time Langara has probably one of the most stacked divisions before the reshuffle.
Well, I'm going to pull up the schedule right now for Langara. We'll start off with them for tonight. For those that are unfamiliar with them, they played in the North Division in the first half of the season. You could see, though, that they didn't exactly have the start that they really wanted to. Unfortunately, they were stuck in a really tough North Division with some of the best CSL teams, including Simon Fraser, you see there in the middle. But Western, Mount Royal, Simon Fraser, George Brown, Ryerson, UBC, RIT, lots of tough opponents, only getting a win over George Brown. So, and right now too as well with week 8, I think they lost to Penn State, so they're officially 1-7. So at this point, they're kind of in a really tough position to be in for the rest of the season. They kind of have to win out if they plan to make playoffs, or at least maybe sneak in there at the very tail end. It's a very big uphill battle for them. But as we swap over to Columbia, we take a look at them. 0-1 versus NYU to start off the season, but from there they haven't looked back at all whatsoever. RPI, Rochester, Rensselaer, Army, SUNY Albany, Hofstra, Wentworth. They are just setting nerds up, knocking them down like pinballs. And they did have a week 8 game against Houston, but due to some scheduling conflicts, that hasn't been played yet. So Columbia officially 6-1 coming into the second half of the season. Gonna be a fun match though, I feel like, watching, especially on Cash, because it's a map that we generally don't, I don't know, at least like in terms of like at the amateur level, I don't see a lot. It's still very, Dust 2-y, Mirage. It's kind of picking up sort of how Overpass has last year, but it's still a fairly kind of new map, wouldn't you say, for a lot of these players?
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd say it's a new map for high-level play. A lot of people know Cash. It's actually pretty common in the matchmaking, and people are familiar with it. But once you play against an actual team on this map, it's very scary for a lot of players, and they stay away from it because it's so heavy on mid control that often CTs will need 3 players just to hold it, just to properly hold that mid. And you'll see teams that maybe aren't as experienced and don't have the ability to trade and pop flash and don't have effective smoke defense, that they get run over by a good terrorist team on Cash. So I think that's the reason, like you said, you don't see it in the amateur or higher divisions, because it's really scary to play on if you're not prepared.
Well, we're about to get started. It looks like we have 2 more players that need to ready up. Are we both readied up?
I believe so, yeah. We're all ready. It's just there was a player connection issue. It looks like Netram's ping is spiked right now, so I'm sure he's going to get that repaired. It looks like it's dropping.
That nice 320 ping, man. Just playing with that.
Yeah, that looks really...
That's warp speed right there. That's when people just start like flying around the map, just peeking in, appearing and disappearing.
Just teleporting, yeah. That's... there's actually, I have a theory that if you play between like 120 and like 150, you kind of have an advantage in some like situations. Like you said, you'll just teleport around a corner with a P90 or a Tech 9, and you're so hard to hit. But generally, you don't want to play with high ping. There's really no clear advantage, right? Except for those people back in 1.6 and Source. Remember they ran those, I don't know if that still exists, but...
You could be like one of those like trolly SMG players, though. Really high ping. Like, that's actually kind of tough. It's not great strategy.
If you're good, then you're probably going to win Like we saw in the Simple vs. Stewie 2K 1v1. Simple 4-0'd him with 170 ping. So, and those are between two pros. So the fact that, where their skill divide maybe isn't as large as some of the players in the amateur leagues, that goes to say something, right? So the better player, no matter what, should come on top. But if you guys are so close that it's hard to distinguish, then that's where the differences are made. And that's why, obviously, you want to play on no ping. You want to play in the LAN, because then the tables are completely fair. Everyone has the exact same ping, and it just comes down to pure skill.
Now I'm gonna try to do this. I'll see if I can do this. If their names all match up with their in-game CSL ID on the website. Overall, Columbia has played with a pretty core roster. Mayuski, where's he at? Mayuski, he's our number 3 slot right there. Are we looking at him right now? No, not yet, but he's 6-1. Mr. Nervous, 6-1. Shenanigans, 5-1. Fantasy, 6-1. Lagster, 6-0. And it looks like for only 2 matches they had IIDX fill in for them, and I don't see him in the lineup tonight, so it looks like they're going to be going with their core lineup. Meanwhile, Langara, we'll have to try to figure this one out. They have a pretty big roster as well, but they've used a lot more of it compared to their opponents. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different players to play. That doesn't beat UC Davis. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but that's still pretty big use of roster. 9 players. Who is playing for them? Tom, who looks like he's 1-7, one of the cores. Natram, Iweenie. I can't tell which one that is for which of our players. Ah, damn it, I lost a lot of them. But for the most part, if they're going to be using their cores, Heart is 1-6, Blueberry's 1-6 as well, and Mosaic is 1-6. So we'll have to see who that, I guess, 5th player might be eventually, and hopefully we could finally get everybody in game. Hey, it looks like we're all loading up. Woo!
Yeah, we did it. We finally made it.
We did it, Reddit. We did it. Yeah, by the way, guys, before we begin all the action today, feel free to head over to your social medias. That Twitter, that Facebook thing that you keep avoiding because it keeps telling you to remember this thing that happened 4 years ago. Like, no, stop it, Facebook.
Oh, but, God, yeah. I, for that exact reason, can't use Facebook. I'm like, wait, you're a teacher for elementary school kids? Aren't you a kid? How can a child teach children? What am I doing with my life? No, it's definitely a highlight reel, Facebook right, for people.
hit up those social medias, drop that stream link, Twitch TV/CStarLeague, and then on top of that, give our social medias a follow.
You're probably on your phone right now.
Yeah,
literally open the Twitter app, go on Instagram, like a couple photos from that girl you think's cute, send her a message, tell her to watch, tune in. Call your uncle, okay?
Why not? You might not hear from her again, but why not? Take the shot, take the risk. You miss 100% of the
transparency. Okay,
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You're kind of throwing that one outside of the basketball court, trying to sink it in, but yeah, go for it by far. All right, are we ready?
Maybe.
Nice. Yeah, we're doing it. Woo, we're doing it. Yeah, we made it.
We made it, guys. Oh, nice. All right, yeah, looks like we're getting right into the knife round. So obviously everyone loves to hear knife round commentated. So looks like we got gut knife and 2 butterfly knives, along with a bayonet on the side of the terrace, and a flip knife and a butterfly knife. So that's about as interesting as knife rounds tend to get. I again can't wait until we get an arena map for knife rounds. That would be amazing. I love Anders' idea on that. That would make it so much more entertaining to watch.
Well, there's a lot of
just
ways,
running away. I don't like seeing this. This isn't fun.
I like this. They're trying to set up. Here comes.
Oh, look at the trade. Oh, it's actually a close knife round. They're both at half ET. Oh, I thought he TK'd. Oh, that was so close.
Well, for those that are wondering, it doesn't look like all the teams have tagged up completely, but Columbia is going to be on the T side. Is that Columbia? Yeah, Columbia's going to be on the T side. Langara is going to be on the CT side to start off the match. I need to, first of all, adjust my settings really quickly.
How can you even tell what team is which?
Hey man, I'm on top. I'm on top of it. Hopefully I am. I need to get the voice scaler. We're going to be hearing all the in-game commentary from them really quickly.
Langara?
There we go.
Langara? How do you pronounce that?
Langara. That's actually one I don't. That's actually one I don't know how to pronounce.
Langara. How do you pronounce GYA? Yeah. Anyway, whatever, guys. We'll figure it out as we go along. Looks like this is just going to be a full-out B-rush. Bomb at the heading the pack. He's just going to maybe risk it a little too much, but Maui Snake is able to get the first block kill, and they're going to get both the entries on site. It's going to be up to Netram on the rotate. He's going to try and take a battle, but falls back a little too unsafe, but Fantasy has no fear, goes and gets the first headshot, and that's going to be pretty much the round. Yeah, there's a double kill as well, so it's going to be up to doing it to try and get a 1v5. Doesn't check below him. Can he at least get one kill for the team? He does manage to find one headshot, and that's going to be it. He's getting crossfired from every direction, and pretty good B execute. They just didn't even need to smoke off main. They just flashed checkered, made sure that was clear, and having control of checker and main just allowed them to crossfire the guy on headshot and take the site.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got to remember coming into today, Columbia is a really good team, and I mean, they're 6-1 for a reason. So if I had to come into today just based off of kind of, you know, past play, records, you know, the players that are playing today, I would actually probably predict anywhere from a 16-3 to 16-2 for Columbia. But I'm looking to see, because it is cash, how are teams going to play it out? Will that kind of maybe take away some of the rounds? I'm still predicting very heavy Columbia win today. But we'll have to see here. They're sort of kind of posting up in the middle over here. And, ooh, nice little checkers peek through the vents. Mistress Langara getting an early frag.
Yeah, and like you said, as we've kind of looked at the stats, it's pretty heavily favored. You know, against Langara, we don't really know. We don't really know what their potential is. Again, they were also in one of the most stacked groups, and Tom's actually going to find a P250 kill. So, considering they invested no armor, that's pretty darn good.
Well, unfortunately, the
find
number
another
doesn't favor them.
And another one? Nah.
And another one.
Another one? No, not today.
Well, 2-0 lead right now coming in for Columbia University. We'll have to remind me to make sure Will and UC Davis, make sure all of them tag up. That way our viewers don't have to play a guessing game with who's who in the next best of one. But now with guns and rifles in the hands of Columbia, Langara going to be going on another eco. I personally, you know, there are certain maps like Dust and whatnot where you know, want to full buy or maybe rush out that round 3 buy, but ops and rifles, pretty important for cash. You know, playing that long distance game, there's a lot of opportunity. Oh.
Yeah, definitely, and it's interesting that they went full AK into this round knowing they were heading into a eco. Shenanigans should have actually been leading the pack this whole time, considering he had nothing to lose. But those AKs, you know, obviously took care of business. They didn't lose a weapon, so pretty good overall. But yeah, it is interesting to see when people, if you invest in full rifles, you generally just want to send those SMGs to entry for you, get the info, and if they die, it's not a big deal, right? They pick up an MP7, and you're not afraid. You have the helmet armor to back it up.
Well, double op buy right here coming out from Langara, so we'll see if they can kind of control the mid. We'll see here where Columbia decides to head to. They're working that maybe peak area. Indeed they are, and bam, man. That's what I'm talking about, Tom. Getting a quick pick right there over the top. Everything else smoked off. They're
pushing through. Yeah, they are going to push through the smoke. Netram finds one, but they just walk past each other. So Netram's not going to calm that there's anyone push mid. He has no idea. Shenanigans is able to find puddles. The irony is able to trade that out. So they still have the 2-man advantage, and that little mid presence was enough to win the engagement, but there's that flank. Will Fantasy be able to find it? He is able to drop. Netram turns over to Z, but Tom picks him out. And the op presence at mid just proving way too strong. And Netram, even not getting punished for that play, he pushed through main, was able to find a kill, but actually got passed up by, I guess that was Fantasy that round, who walked right past him. So good play, actually, by both teams. But actually that Langara will be taking their first round.
Is there any ping disadvantage for either of the teams? Well,
slightly, but yeah, obviously
Columbia,
we're in the 20s, yeah, in Columbia, so that's a little advantage, but not as bad.
Tom,
There's
almost.
Tom, yeah, he's just mobile, man. That's how you op. That's the right way to play. He's being unpredictable because they avoided mid because of getting shut down by him, and now we see our A-man taking the kind of the risky peek on the fork. He's just locking it down. Very confident with these repeaks. If he's gonna win the engagements and they're gonna peek one by one, then why not? There's really no reason not to take these battles. Finds a third. Tom is on fire.
Cleaning him up.
He's making a clinic right now of Columbia University. So, you know, we kind of judged him on paper, but hey, perhaps this could be a much closer game than we thought. This is starting to look pretty competitive.
Well, that's the whole discussion with the whole mix-up, too, as well, with the divisions. If, you know, they stood in the same division all season long, we might see a similar record. But being, able to play against different competition. Who knows as well, winter break, maybe some roster changes, some practice time. Because even though, they're playing in the CSL, they might not be investing a lot of time to practice, or they might not have it in the first semester. So with a little bit of break and a little bit more time to adjust and plan, hopefully they've maybe made the necessary changes. Like, I'm always hopeful that teams are productive over the semester and make improvements to their clubs and their teams, and sort of look ahead, not just kind of like, hey, let's show up and play. Even though that's good though. That's good though. If that's where you start, that's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
You got to kind of start somewhere, and it probably just starts out with friends that pug together, and slowly you'll reform your roster and make some necessary changes. So we're actually seeing that so far, even in the second half of the first season. But this fast B rush is coming into play. Mr. Nervous with a great pop flash out. He's going to lead the pack, and they're just funneling out. Puddle's able to find 2. He can get 3 on the hold. If he can find a 4th, that's amazing. But Mr. Nervous finding pick onto him, so he's going to push all the way into CT and looking for this kill onto doing it. Is he able to find him with the tech? He is, so it's up to Legster on a 2-on-1. Tom turns around for the trade kill, and yeah, Puddles with that triple. Perfect hold on B, even though his teammate, I think that was Netram, that just got full flashed and tried to jump down. He was already trying to commit to jumping down onto site and got full flash. Obviously, you should have just fell back at that point, but nonetheless, they win the round thanks to Puddles with that triple kill, and pretty important round too, because if they win this one, they win the second consecutive round, they're just going to destroy the T-Bank.
Yeah, not so fast, Columbia, not so fast. 3-3 right now, and they're looking pretty good, but all 8Ks right now, they're still pretty good on econ. They just probably can't lose this round, or they'll end up facing pistol rounds here for the next couple. Good mid control right now coming out from Langara. I'm like trying to read chat. Everybody's like trying to teach us how to pronounce it.
I think it's Langara. Someone just typed it. Jason.
Lasagna.
Jason, one man, if you're not trolling us, it's Langara.
Somebody's like lasagna. I'm just like, yeah, that sounds good. Perfect. Great, we'll take it.
We'll offend all the college kids from... Yeah, we'll offend all the fans.
Well, here comes a little bit of a heavier B push. Everybody's rotated on in there. T-side Columbia trying to get a peek in before they actually commit to the side. And no, they actually back up. Going to be heading through mid and going towards A. And guess who's waiting at A main right where they might be coming? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Doing it. Able to get one spray. He's going to not hold it down while they re-peek, so he ran out of ammo as well. Unfortunately, Mr. Nervous. Able to find a kill with only 7 HP remaining, or 12 rather. And there's already a CT up on Catwalk. I don't know if they're going to expect it. Mr. Nervous going for the spray, misses it.
Look at that spray.
Netram
That was
with the
pretty.
double kill. Yeah, that was a very pretty spray transfer by Netram, and that's going to be a triple kill for him on the board. And what was a 3-on-3 actually became just a slaughter with Netram rotating so quickly on the Catwalk.
I'm almost like... I'm almost bound to like check really quick just to see. I'm like, do I have my teams correct right now? Are we watching the correct teams? Am I using? Yeah, no, they're on CT side, or sorry, they're on T side. So wow, Langara, man, they're doing some beautiful work right now. Like I mean, sometimes you see teams come out pretty hot, but like this is pretty steady. 4 rounds in a row. Really nice control, good rotates, good help and support. I don't know. Like this doesn't look like a team that's 1-7, do they? They look a lot more in control.
Yeah, they're just going for this full-out tech rush. They could actually find this first pick. Yeah, only getting traded by Tyranny pretty late, but he actually only finds the 1 kill, and that's not enough. This force buy might actually work out, and unfortunate part is Fantasy's the only one with armor, and he just got dropped. So this is still an advantage for the CTs, especially with the bomb just going down. But as long as they hold their angles and don't try and peek too hard, they could force this opper to push into sight and single him out. But yeah, they're going to over-peek. Tom pushes in, pulls out the 5-7 and grabs a double, as doing it helps right in between. So yeah, pretty standard clinical retake. But regardless, grabbing those 2 entries, that 2-for-1 trade, with just the Tech 9 no armors is huge, and dropping 2 guns is pretty much all you could ask for, along with a bomb plan.
Those turn scripts.
Like the old school days when you used the arrow keys.
Yeah, that's
to rotate your guy.
While we got a moment, I want to remind all our viewers again, big thank you to our sponsors for making this season and all our broadcasts happen. Asus for all their products and peripherals and laptops and literally anything related to game that you need, you can find from them. And give them a big thank you because they're going to be sending all of our players, all of our finalists to DreamHack Austin down in May. So be sure to head on Twitter, social medias, give them a little bit of love, say thank you for supporting the CSL, and as always, Twitch for the features, for the support over the years. We really do appreciate it. And we are currently in round number 9 right now. 5-3 lead for Langara. A bit of an upset brewing here as the 1-7 boys here taking on the 6-1 Columbia. Whew.
Yeah, interesting. Tom just fell back here at mid, actually. He noticed they were going to take fast mid control, so just fell back, and I don't know if he's going to be able to comment. Checkers, the irony is now going to know. They have all the information, but that's the B site open. Mr. Nervous getting 2 entries, and he's done this before, and he might have overextended yet again. Is Tom able to pick up Mr. Nervous as he pushes into halls?
Well, smoke over the top. Going to try to set up, get a little bit of a peek. They're going to have to play a very patient 2-man game, but Tom goes down.
Nice.
Ooh. I was about to say, I'm like, it's a tough position to be in, but if you could get one of them, they're pretty low HP. You might have had a chance
Exactly.
to have
Yeah, you get 1 kill, and the other guy's low, so that can quickly turn into a 1v1, which is why anything can happen in Counter-Strike, and you never count out even a 1v5. So you gotta respect your opponent, and it seems like they did. They double peeked him. They played it pretty to the book. So good adaptation. Finally, Columbia getting another round on the board after losing 5 in a row, and this fast mid control by Netram. This is what I like to see because this boost is going to come out and he can catch him off guard. He's just sitting in the smoke. He actually heard the boost. Yeah. They're good. I think what they're going to do is push a guy A main or push a guy B, and these guys will just flood out boost really late in the round. So they don't want to get picked by Tom, who's just got his eyes perfply. He peeks out and, yeah, peeked too early.
I saw cameras right as he went in. I was thinking he was going to get him.
Yeah, definitely timed it not too well, and Tom finds another kill on Shenanigans. So this is all but... The jig is all but up because they know exactly where they are. But Mr. Nervous gets a double kill from mid. Tyranny at least able to trade out Langster from the flank. And he's going to have to take on a quad kill this round. Actually, an ace if he can find it. Mr. Nervous with the 4K. He has no idea he's coming from A main. Doing it is just playing it so passive. He doesn't want to overcommit. Just chilling in the lockers. Probably should have been walking forward if he knew his teammates were going to commit to that aim battle. But now he hears the flash. Knows the molly's at mid, and he's going to be able to track this guy down, especially as he drops the rifle right there. So doing it knows exactly where Mr. Nervous is. Oh, or not. He heard the gun drop, but now just heard the vent.
Yeah, that little stutter, he's just like, damn it, he's vents. Like, I'm in between it, literally, so... Yeah, it's going to be a long walk over, but he's going to have a lot of time to work with, though, so however he wants to kind of approach this, and looking like he's going to maybe go mid through vents as well. Not a bad spot, because a lot of times you'll either have probably somebody at back of sight, or usually, I guess, hiding by B? I don't know, how often, I mean, would you, like, in terms of places, would you rather be in checkers, or would you rather be, like, in heaven, or anywhere from outside of the site, or...
Yeah, this is just they know exactly where he is, so doing it can pre-fire him now. But actually, Mr. Nervous with the ace, 9 HP. Wow.
Is that all
wins
5?
That 1v4. Yeah, he aced that round. Insane play by Mr. Just punt it, and that's what I was talking about. A 1v5 is possible, because if they push you and the opponents don't respect you, you can win those aim battles. Anyone can. And Mr. Nervous has the skill to show it. So... yeah, really impressive 5K from Mr. I think that was actually a 1v4, not a 1v5, but regardless, that's insane. And, yeah, they're going to be kicking themselves, Langara.
This is cute right here. B-Rush, pistols, they do manage to get one. Shenanigans goes down. Wasn't expecting it at all whatsoever. Now, Fantasy throwing out the molly.
Ooh, the irony with the P250 kill, just fade-away shot. So, praise RNGesus, and this is a 4v3, pretty doable round. Oh, they don't check quad! Netram punishes Langster, planting by himself.
He was hiding in Squeaky. That was so smart. He waited for all 3 of them to come out of A main and then sneaked right out as soon as he heard the plane. I could have gone a lot worse, though, too. If they were looking at Dora, he would have gotten gunned down right away. But, wow, my mouse snake. With
the 3K, he has one more to find. He has no idea that Tom's lurking here. Squeaky, little does know Tom, this would be the perfect time to check. But he's wrapped himself around sight. This is a great spot to plant, because Tom might run to try and kill him while planting. No, he doesn't overcommit. Tom playing this to the T. He has not made a sound. Maui Snake now a little privy to his positioning, and he's put himself in a good corner, because now he can just only watch one angle at a time. Ideally not get caught off guard, but Tom, he's checking sight. He's going to have deduced. He knows. He hears the flash coming. He is able
Oh.
to pre-fire that spray. Good play by Tom. Heard the flash, knew the peak was coming after, and that flash was unfortunately just a little too high to catch Tom.
And barely just enough time by, what, probably about 3 seconds there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a little lucky there. He didn't have the kit, but really well played, patient, good aim. That nade sort of gave away the positioning of his opponent, but good play right there. Good little retake. 6-5 lead for Langara right now. Columbia actually having to play back, but for Columbia, they're going to have CT side coming up. Is there any, I guess, from your personal preference and bias of a side on this map, CT or T?
Yeah, I'd say it's actually slightly T-sided, unless we're talking about pro teams, in which case it might be 8 or 7. But there's a spray by doing it. Netrim getting another double kill. We've seen him before, and pretty perfect hold there from Langara. Played that to the T, and that was actually a buy round, a perfect buy round. They tried to execute through the smoke, but their timings weren't on at all, and no one was really flashed from the defense. So, yeah, Langara was able to spray him down.
Have you noticed that that's happened multiple times? They've tried to go for that little smoke, flash, pop in, run through the back, and they all just end up kind of bumping each other and getting stuck sort of as they're trying to come out, giving really easy shots for the CTs. I don't know. They have to clean that up a little bit. I'm noticing they're kind of a little bit sloppy on those entries.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and they've won so many of these ecos as well. So Mr. Nervous, he is the entry fragger. We've seen him time and time again grab these entries for his team. He seems to be one of the hard carries for this, specifically on Cash, it appears. He's has no fear getting himself into aim battles and winning them. So as he's proven time and time again, this Steeg, he's just squared up on Z, but going to play a little passive this round, allows teammates to maybe bait for him, and he gets the call that 1Z. Little does he know there's one sitting vent very passively. He's waiting for the late peek. Netram able to find one before falling back, and Puddle's able to peek from Z, surprise them, tries to get pushed by Shenanigans, and this is just cleanup crew. This is, yeah, Janitor's Closet round. I don't know if we're going to see much from Likester in Fantasy.
Well, they do have a little bit of time to work with. 5 on 2, the odds aren't great, and especially with pistols, but at this point I guess you're just looking to take guns off of them if you can for the time being, and not going to have a lot more opportunity there. They do get one though, so that's not bad, but that just leaves Fantasy all by him lonesome. All by his lonesome. How about a fun little aim battle though in mid? I might be able to get another one off right here.
Is this real?
This is where I start like
Is
communicating
this
to my
just
team.
a Kobe? God,
That's where you start talking to your team. Hey guys, there's three more of us alive. Anybody want to come over and help me out? You're just like, I'm down to 20 HP. If I get popped, I die. I don't want to lose a gun.
Right?
Help
Exactly.
me.
That's when I run away into CT and just alt tab. No. Sometimes I do that though. Not run to CT and alt tab, but I'll do. Hey, can you peek for me? Like, I know I just got like 2 kills, but I have no health. So, and that's the way to play it. Definitely better to be safe than try and get more kills to pad your stats. Although that's a really fun way to play as well, for sure. A lot of people do that in ESCA or even matchmaking. Just try and get as many kills as possible. So I'm a team player though. You know, I play the objective. I play to win. Okay, guys. I'm the last guy on this site watching the bomb. Make sure no one ninja diffuses. Okay, I'm thorough.
I'm more like just like how can I set up an aim battle? Just like how can I op against these next guys? Like 1-on-3, 1-on-4? Hell yeah! Like give them to line them up. That's like anytime I like play CSGO or stream it, I'm just like, man, I wonder how many aim battles I can get in and how many bad situations I can. Because usually at my level, everybody's just running in and dying, so it's always like a 1-on-4 as is. So just getting into op battles on does too, and usually you could do it pretty well depending on the map. But anyways, back into the game, 8-5 lead for Langara, trying to close out with an advantage here in the in the first half. Meanwhile, Columbia trying to work their way B again, but Puddles and the Irony, they have a pretty good hold of it, and I think they could hear him too shuffling around a little bit.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know if they should really commit, but there's actually only one guy in B, but Tyranny's here so close. Puddle's getting a double kill. He's proven himself over and over that he can hold this B site, and that's what I was afraid of. It didn't even matter that the Irony was really on the flank, but Puddle's just holding down that B site every time. They've had much more success getting the bomb plan a day. Obviously, it's been defused both times, but at least they've gotten there. And yeah, interesting. Oh no, actually, they did go to B once, so I stand corrected. They did get that plant money the one round, but yeah, not a lot of plant you know, there's not a lot of situations where they ever even need to defuse. It seems to be just a deathmatch server so far. Either one team gets all the kills before they even get to the site, or the T's win as soon as they get the entry. So there's an entry, speaking of which, from the Irony. Pushes B, finds the Lurker, and I think the jig is up now. They're going to be wary to the fact that this is probably an A push. And yeah, they're going to go for their standard boost in event. We've seen this over and over. Netram getting boosted to event, able to get the information, but Maui Snake wary of it, finds the kill, looking for a second one onto Tom, but Mr. Nervous also watching towards Z. So they're both trying to find a crossfire on it, but doing it, able to find a kill before they push A site, and yeah, they know exactly what's going on. They've just put one on B in the name of Puddles. We know he can hold that down. Pretty standard for him, and Tom looking for the engagement, able to find Fantasy on the left side of A main. So this is pretty much just a bunch of aim battles, no more utilities besides the 2 flash on the terrace, and this is going to have to be a huge round for Columbia. Goes for the pop flash, Maui Snake just crosses over to A main, so it's trying to look for just a way to get out. But
so close, almost got him.
Yeah, through that wall, yeah. Or right through the corner, yep. As they were running away. So they know exactly where they are. They've pretty much known the entire game as well. They've had at least a hunch of where they were coming from, always stacking the site, and Puddles turns around at just the wrong second as he's running away. Turns around in time to spray, but only get a little damage. Mr. Nervous, maybe just a bit too nervous. Not going to hit that spray onto Tom, and 10-5 in favor of what we thought was a clear underdog team and performing exceptionally well on the CT side. So huge props to them, especially after going down 5, or no, was it 5-0? No, they were 5-0ing. They were the one 5-0.
They started 3-0. They started 3-0.
Right.
And then eventually slowly started catching up.
Right.
But as we're getting into the second half, guys, quick reminder, feel free to follow our social medias at C Star League and all that good stuff. At Legion CSGO as well for all live updates for all our matches. And as well, just as a general PSA, be nice in chat, play nice, kids.
Tom able to find the first entry.
Don't make us take your toys away or whatever, like that parenting thing.
Don't ruin it for everyone, guys. And yeah, Mr. Nervous, triple kill hold with that USP. So pretty sick quad hold. And yeah, guys, on that note, just relax. Like, don't. Someone said in chat, don't feed the trolls. I'm gonna feed the trolls. I do notice though, like CS:GO, like as a community, like they're a lot more. How do I say it? This is gonna come off bad. This is gonna come off sounding. Say it, dude. You gotta.
I can't. Like they're a little more like I don't know. Compared to Dota, they're not as trolly, but they're like a little more willing to be like racist or stuff like that. It's kind of bad. You guys need to chill out. So.
I think it's definitely because there's a lot.
You know
players.
Exactly what I'm talking about too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it, and I also think it's because CS:GO is not really sponsored by Valve, so there's a lot less control from that respect. Like there's so many Twitch chats that are unmoderated and no one really gives a crap, so you'll watch during DreamHack and it's just completely those are huge like you can't even keep up with that. But yeah, play nice kiddos. We want to have a fun and open stream chat. But I agree. I think kind of the big pool of younger players coming into it, I don't think it's necessarily racism, because the internet is people will say racist things, but they're just trying to elicit
there's a borderline of being malicious, and then there's being like a troll or whatever, and like people just need, there's that level of people need to not be so sensitive.
And some people don't know that line. Yeah. That's the problem, is when you become so trolly that you're just malicious and mean, and then there's messing around and just like exclamation mark raffle, right? Like I'll join that train every time. Hell yeah. It's funny.
Oh, not bad. Puddles actually manages to sneak in an eco bomb plant right there. That's going to help him out. But yeah, back to the game right now. Looking at
it. Finally going into a buy round, right? We've had the last 2 ecos coming out from Langara. Probably still pronouncing that wrong, guys. Sorry about that. I looked it up. I even Googled it and looked up pronunciations. Google Langara pronunciations. The first link gave me 3 different ways to pronounce it. And
that's all
none of them are what Twitch chat has told me. So
I'm gonna go with Langara and then we'll
I'll go
double-check it
Langara,
tomorrow.
so we cover 2 bases.
Langara.
Okay?
All right, yeah, sounds good.
See?
Yeah, then nobody can get mad at us. All right.
Exactly, one of us is right. It has to be.
Now-
But yeah, here comes the first buy. So an op from each team. Very interesting. Tom tends to find these entries, but he gets smoked off. And Shenanigans, nice pick from him. So that's the opening you need, and now they can just fall back and play that man advantage.
Well, noticing last time in terms of tendencies, Columbia did exactly the same thing. They came out, took the first 3 rounds, and then kind of sort of started slipping up a little bit here and there. Will we see it again? They might have one more round to do it, but they have to be very cautious proceeding because, yeah, if they start slipping up rounds again at the pace that they were doing in the first half, it's going to be a very potentially quick win for Langara. But still playing both teams right now, just trying to find and see if they could get a pick. Basically spread out all over the place. We have one in Squeaky, a couple on mid, one over by B. So they're gonna have to make a decision though. 40 seconds left on the clock and not a lot of time to make a move. It's gonna be very rushed. So, and overall really good coverage too as well by Columbia. I don't think they're gonna be too surprised anywhere they go.
Exactly, and Shenanigans is still in a great position. He's able to flank if anything happens. Tom is actually here on the lurk. Ideally, you don't want to do that, but yeah, I think Shenanigans is actually going to hear him running away, so this would be an awesome time to push mid. There's 20 seconds on the clock. Odds are they're not going to take mid control at this point, or else they won't even get to his site. But yeah, he's just going to rotate through highway and anticipate it as Netram and Puddles both getting entries on the site, so totally miscommunicated peaks. They both just took 1v1s rather than trying to crossfire the push, so really unfortunate, but Shenanigans here so fast, able to trade out the irony, able to find a second spray onto Tom, and this is just turned around completely. Puddles is lit, Shenanigans kills Netram, and now it's Puddles with 22 HP down to 1v3 it, and he can't do anything. That was insane play by Shenanigans. Comes in with a triple kill, quadruple kill rather. So insane round from Shenanigans, single-handedly winning that round, and yeah, they were at the man advantage, and it turned out that wasn't enough to just get double entried on that A take, but yeah, well played, and they're bringing it back round at a time, NIP style.
Hold on, I got.
Oh no, it's all good. Yeah.
I had to.
You're doing everything.
I had to babysit our one person.
No, I've solo casted. It's cool, man. I'm used to this. This is not a problem for me. Tom just gonna go for the entry straight out mid. Trying to go for the no respect style of play. They have yet to find an entry on a buy round, and Shenanigans getting another entry for Columbia. They are bringing this back, but they're going to line up at quad. Tom able to get 1 kill, but unable to trade it, but Netram's there just in time. And yeah, they're going to take A side as well, so this is a 2-on-2 split. Bomb is going to have to work its way up highway. A smoke with a slight gap is going to make this a slight hindrance, but Puddles just goes for the leap of faith, able to get across. Unbeknownst to them, if Maui Snake or Fantasy in this case had just peeked truck, he would have been able to find a free kill, but they just assumed that Bomb was already on site. And this Molly's going to stall him just a little bit more. So Fantasy goes for the first spray, unable to find it. They at least know where one of the players are. They're going to assume the second's at quad. They are correct on that. Puddles goes for a quick jiggle peek, doesn't reveal too much of his body. And now it's going to be up to communication. Can Netram and Puddles peek at the same time? Distracts him just for long enough, Netram, that Puddles is able to peek out and get the trade. So good teamwork now.
Here we go. I'm
I'm
really curious right now. Like as soon as that first lost round, like it seemed like it was really demoralizing the first time around. So mental strength gonna come in handy right here. Let's see if they could get a decent buy. Not everybody, but oh, never mind. I was about to say my USP maybe going with the USP play. I do that once in a while, you know. I'm like, everybody's like, all right, bye. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm just going to catch one of your guys' guns. That's my strategy. I'm going to catch one of your guys' guns. All right, well, 11-9, getting closer. As well, don't forget, everybody, that around 8 p.m. PT, we're probably almost past that. We are indeed. So after this match is done, hopefully UCLA and UC Davis haven't started without us, but that's going to be our next match. Couple of West Coast Titans. Be sure to stick around. It's going to be right away, right after this match is done.
Ooh, nice double pick. This is huge, actually. Both teams so low on money. This is pretty much a turnaround round if Columbia needs it, and they really need it. Fantasy whipping a second shot, though. This could be the opening, but Maui Snake straight on the retrade, so on the refrag, rather.
Oh, you saw him.
Yeah, Tom at least able to find 1 kill. Rain, are you going to do this? Are you Phase Rain? Can he find it? And he does push Ben.
Oh!
Oh, Mr. Nervous with the...
Stayed alive.
Yes, just sprayed while falling and probably landed the headshot while landed, but still... yeah, should have found that kill, actually. Tom should have turned that into a 1v2. They did not play that well. But regardless, they get the round. Colombia back in it. They were never gone. And yeah, like I said, they've just forced the save onto Langara. Or, wait, we got the correct pronunciation.
Yeah, which one are you going with?
Langara.
You're going with Langara. I'm going with Langara.
No, that's what they said in chat. Someone said...
I don't trust them.
They finally gave us...
Do you trust Twitch chat? Dude, I don't trust Twitch chat, man. That's a bad idea.
You know, I'm laying down that ban hammer, so if you guys...
Woo! Look at that! Line them up, boys! Oh my
Lagster.
God. Lagster, just wow.
Swagster. Easy money. 11-11, yeah. So, no problem. They don't care about P250s. They don't care that pistol's overpowered. Because they got M4s. And they got Lagster.
Remember when everybody freaked out and it was like the M4A is going to be just awful and nobody is ever going to use it again? Not the case.
Not the case. Indeed.
I mean, they didn't like rebalance the gun, did they?
No.
I mean, I'm pretty sure like all rifles, like a little bit of accuracy got dropped, but in terms of like the whole what they did with the M4A, a little bit with the spray chance or whatever.
Yeah. They unnerfed them. Thankfully, they took away the annoying randomness in the sprays, so that's good. But yeah, they have not unnerfed the fire rate of the M4 like they did 6 months ago. So unfortunate for some, but you know, I look at it as a new opportunity, right? Mr. Nervous finding an entry, Maui Snake as well. So again, a double eco. In fact, I wasn't aware of just how low their money was, but yeah, because they had just won one round and lost the second or the following round, they're not able to do anything. But Puddle's at least doing some damage and getting the bomb down. So has an AWP. This is entirely doable. But he has no idea how close Shenanigans is. But Team Flash actually coming into play. Puddle's gets perfectly sandwiched. So well played by Colombia. And that was pretty interesting, actually. All things considered, they were able to get on that B site. Puddle's showing his great skills defending or on the offensive on B site. So very well played.
12-1 right now, lead for Colombia. Their first lead since I think the 7th round or 6th round. It would have been the 6th round because they started going down after 3-3. So been a little bit of a while since they've been in the lead. So let's see if they can keep it here at 12-1 over Langara, lasagna.
Whatever, one of us are right, dude. It doesn't.
One of us.
You don't have to listen to anyone. Ooh, nice entry by Fantasy. Yeah, playing close up here in checker, really risky position.
Do you like that position, by the way?
Yeah, it's really good if you have a teammate to cover you so you can fall back, but unfortunately goes for the double peek when he really didn't need to. And there's his backup, and Maui Snake finds one kill and drops the other to 24, so right through the corner, and they're just defending so well so far, but maybe a little overextension, doing it. He's going to have to cross into sight pretty soon. They're too afraid of getting pincer that they're not willing to really take the fights on sight and just push it. And the smoke's just fading now at lower, so Tom in a terrible position, waiting for someone to make a play. And unfortunately, the bomb's still here in vent doing it. There's not really much he can do. And yeah, he's going to have to cross too late. Has no defense. He's going to have to throw the bomb across, but he's going to just go for the bomb. Makes its way across anyway, thanks to physics. And yeah, Tom's going to have to just find this 1-on-2. Find them making a mistake, hopefully over-peeking. And they're not going to do that. Maui Snake, not going to peek. Mr. Nervous comes in through the flank. So, perfect bait play. Maui just makes him take that battle, and they're not going to have it. So Nervous comes in, flanks him, 29 kills in 24 rounds. So that's consistency in and of itself for sure.
Poor Twitch chat. I'm just looking, just like there's like a meteorite that just hit it, just carnage everywhere.
But we got it right.
Yeah, I think it's good. God, that was boy.
Hey, it took us 20 rounds, guys, but we got it. Langara, in trust. In God we trust.
Alright, well, we do have a pretty nice split right now coming out from Langara, but overall, good coverage right now coming out from Colombia as well. Shenanigans with a little bit of an off smoke right there for mid. And they're slowly kind of creeping their way on through over to A, maybe seeing if they could get a pick off. I don't know. They're in a position, though, they look like they would be willing to rotate, though. Maybe go through mid, through vents or something like that. They're sort of trying to see if they could get a peek at A.
Yeah, it's interesting they keep favoring A and just keep getting destroyed here. Only really having success on their ecos, believe it or not. So we'll see if they go for it. Netram finding the entry, but the slight gap of the smoke is going to be just turning this whole round around. Mr. Nervous gets 2 kills, and Tom able to trade at least 3-on-3. Overcommitted by Shenanigans, drops, and yeah, Irony not able to find that spray. So it's actually a pretty close round. 2 players on low HP, and it's going to be up to Fantasy to grab that sick Kobe on the quad. Puddles on a 1-on-2, pulls out the Glock, not going to get the armor penetration, and yeah, we're just seeing Columbia claw back into this game, only dropping 1 round on their CT side, and making me kind of eat my words. I was saying that, you know, the meta's a little T-sided in the CSL. We've been seeing a lot more teams get about 9-6 rounds, and but no, that's not the case. Both teams holding up really strong defenses, and yeah, not dropping 1 round in the last 5. Pretty crazy from Columbia.
Well, this is probably going to be the last round for Langara. If they can get something done, they might be able to open up an opportunity here in the next coming rounds. But in terms of money, they don't really have much that they could play with if they end up losing the round. I think this is sort of an all or nothing. And they're going back to that mid peak. Are they going to try to go for the boost? Boost. I don't know. How do you feel about boosts with AKs rather than ops or scouts or like a little bit more ranged rifles?
It's not a bad idea. Obviously, you don't want to go up against it all, but if you have a smoke setup on mid, it's great. You can just claw your way out there, and Shenanigans and punish Tom, not quite winning his spray engagement, and yeah, these entries coming just time and time again from Columbia. So yeah, I do like mid control with rifles, but you got to take it as a team. You can't just send one guy up there. You got to put pressure from mid, throw some smokes, put some flashes out there, keep them busy. The game isn't really just about shooting people. Obviously, yeah, you got to shoot and kill to win, but it's about wasting their utilities, making them put attention in areas where they really don't need to. You got to throw some red herrings and kind of do some bait plays, but they're just kind of grouping up and hoping that their aim can win them these engagements. And it was the first half, but they're getting a taste of their own medicine this one, and just getting outplayed. But Mr. Nervous on the flank, like he is always, winning the battle against doing it. He really didn't need to push that doing it. Could have just held an angle and waited, but was caught moving, and Puddles at least going to trade out, gets a second one thanks to Netram, and they're both peeking 1-on-1. This could actually still be completely doable. Mr. Nervous spots Puddles. Puddles does not need to peek at all. He knows exactly where he is. He's trying to bait out for Netram. Still gets it. Netram right on the edge of the smoke. Yeah, he shouldn't have got that kill. Got dropped to 8 HP, but still manages to win it. That cheeky angle right on the edge of the smoke, and yeah, they're in it. They're not losing. They are not losing yet, at least. And maybe it's time for a reverse comeback, right?
It's possible. It's very, very possible right now. Like I said, I was just worried about if they couldn't get this round, I thought it would have been over for them. Now it gives them a new opportunity. They really slowly work their way on both sides and, you know, got their picks where they can. And that's really where they've stood out on both when they were on the CT side, is when they were able to get those picks pretty early. But already a man down starting early in round 27 here. And Columbia, they just need to position well, play patient. They did a really nice job a little bit earlier just holding up the sights and waiting for their opportunity. As long as they just, you know, aren't out of position or talking or playing very patient, they should be okay still. Like, they still have such a good enough econ where they could really buy any guns, you know, buy any nades, whatever they need. They can play any position that they really want. They just have to be very careful positioning. Oh.
Yeah, Puddles at least finding an entry here on the A, and yeah, they've never really put any pressure on mid, the terrorists, and that's going to make them really easy to read. They're already rotated 3 CTs over to the site. Maui Snake finds a kill on the fork, but Puddles, he wants to stay alive, grabbing 2 kills so far in the round. And yeah, this is definitely doable, but Maui Snake's going to chime in. Peaked a little too wide for him, and it's going to be up to Puddles to get a 4K for the round. So Fantasy coming in a little late from Catwalk. He does hear the ladder, so he's going to be wary of his position. Not going to see his feet turns just at the wrong moment, and has the Glock out. Not going to win that battle. And that's going to be match point now for Columbia University. They have clawed, and I don't use clawed that often, but they have literally clawed their way back into this game. Lost the pistol and still won the anti-eco and managed to not get into that 13-5 extremely scary situation where you can only lose 1 or 2 rounds. They won the anti-eco, or they won the force buy, and have just carried themselves basically to this point.
Map vote freaking the players out right now.
Yeah, what happens actually
does
if people
too.
vote? Does nothing change?
Just after the end of the match, it'll just switch over to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They're good,
nothing
then.
that big. That'd be hilarious. It's just like a surf map, a pub map. It's just like vote for map, and it just like does.
Ice
too,
World
round
just pops
28.
up. Just you're just playing on op map or something.
Shenanigans. Oh no, he had such a good position and vent right there, but Tom gets him. Tom has been so damn clutch for Langara this whole entire game. Like if they end up winning, it's definitely going to be through him. I feel like I hear in the tail end. Tail end.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Tom has definitely shown his worth. Both teams actually played pretty well, considering what we expected going into it. There's another kill for Tom. 3-on-3, but gap in the smoke is going to allow Snake to find one. Goes for the second flick, unable to find it. And doing it is going to just defend his teammate from the back of the site. So both teammates have been spotted. I'm pretty sure they know both are on site.
This
but
is good. This is
doing
so
it,
good
holding
right
a good
now.
angle. Yeah, they're just playing these 1v1s. Not really taking the double battles are Colombia, and they died as puddles. Why? Why is this happening?
I mean, that was... I want to say that's more on the fault of the CTs, kind of how they timed that out. Like, we had the Opera running in with the flash, and then, like, threw it after he got out of the smoke, rather than, like, a little bit earlier. Because by the time he pulled out the Op, he was already getting gunned down, so that was a little bit mistimed right there by both players.
Yeah, and a
13-5.
3-on-2, they really didn't need to lose that, right? They had the crossfire.
They had time, too.
They had a lot
they
of
just
time.
rushed it. They just rushed it a bit too much. Look at this rush right now. Coming mid.
This could be the game. This could honestly be the game. Puddles playing
One down,
so well.
two
Gets
down,
a second.
three,
Yeah, they're
four.
playing this mid control perfectly. Not committing, not getting themselves stuck here in main connector, and just taking the long range aim battles with pistols and positioning yourself in a way that you can fall back. So yeah, perfect play by Puddles. A perfect play by the team in general. No one dying unnecessarily, aside from Irony, but I'm pretty sure he didn't even die at mid. So Netram going to just finish up the round, and we're on match point 14-15. Are we going to see the reverse comeback? The reverse. The double reverse.
The double
Is this
reverse.
happening?
Dude, when you as soon as you say double reverse, like I'm so like sports oriented, my mind like all of a sudden I'm like thinking of the football play where there's like toss and double reverse the receivers, and now I'm thinking about football. Omaha.
Nice, yeah, backwards laterals and all that good
Yeah.
shit. Oh,
All right.
excuse my French guys. Sorry, Canadian.
Canadian
Expected.
French. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, 14-15, still match point. Very low rifle buy right here by Colombia. They still have a chance, though. They do have a chance. They just have to be very careful with their position. I don't think they could get really in many aim battles right now. The gun advantage is too far ahead for Langara, but that's exactly what Langara fans want right now. And if obviously they tie up this round, we're going to be going to OT, so for the fans, they'll obviously be wanting it. Yeah, I know UCLA and UC Davis might not be too fond of it, but we'll have to find out here. Everybody's spread out once again.
Looks for the pick, unable to get shenanigans while he's jumping across from highway, and they're prepared for this A play. Mr. Nervous just peeks right in front of Red, giving Tom an opportunity, but he had flash out, so unfortunately unable to find that entry that they need. But the Irony is able to find one, just pushes in through A main. They know there's at least one guy in here on site, so he goes for the pre-fire, unable to get the spray transfer. Mr. Nervous, they're on the trade.
This is so
Puddles
good.
and Tom, they perfect execute, and they've got the rotate here on this. Onto the A site. So this last guy's here at middle, probably going to hear it go down on B, but Maui Snake is just pinned in a 1v4, and they have done it. Langara
Snake, man.
have done it, man. It's not over till it's over, but they've done it.
No, that's a hell of a feat. I mean, honestly, like, what are the odds of that? What are the odds of 1 in 7, you know, takes on a 6 and 1 and plays this damn well?
Oh yeah,
18,
even if they
15.
don't win it, that's still great. Like they've proven they have the ability, and in my opinion, just played better as a team for at least that CT half. So timeout.
Yeah, this should be OT. I guess none of these teams have been in OT yet. Yeah, this is live. Yep. Both teams know this is live. We're going. we are going.
Oh lord, Puddles was not ready. He's like, what? I just went and got some water. All right. Yeah. No nades bot from Puddle.
They can
so.
technically call a timeout if they want. They're allowed to call a timeout as far as I know what the rule is. So.
Okay. Okay.
But they're going to go on ahead and play. Small little kind of poke at mid, and they're going to be heading over to A once again. Definitely seems like the favorable place for them. They've finally got kind of adjusted to the positions of their opponents. And as well, also Langara is going to be starting on T side. Columbia is on CT for the start of OT. For those that are trying to pay attention to teams and tags.
Yeah. Columbia just going to stay on the CT side for this overtime. Or for the start of it, rather. And they found 2 entries. Tom going to at least find one on A, but they're playing for retake. They've committed to just letting them take the site, and Shenanigans gets in through Fork, able to find a kill. So he snuck in a little bit early, not what you would expect for a retake. And that's probably going to win the round because they're both just stuck on site. They're going to go for some sort of boost. Mr. Nervous trying to run in with the USP, but Maui Snake actually cleans him up with it. So 2 USP kills on what is a full armor buy. A full round. Like that, you shouldn't be able to get that. But yeah, manages to find it. And interestingly, not any upgraded pistols. This was MR3 16K. So, wait, was it 16 or 10K? It might have been 10K actually, so, okay. If it was 10K, then I understand skimping on pistols and stuff, but yeah, generally you just want a full buy. Full nades. We actually saw Puddles not buy full nades last round, so maybe that caused it, man. We don't know.
It's possible. Definitely possible. This time they're headhunting a little bit harder. Who is playing, though, right now? Mr. Nervous. And who else? Who's with him? Lagster? Yeah, Lagster. 6. They're actually stacking 3A right now. That's how much they're respecting currently Langara. But catching 1 in mid, Puddle is able to get the first entry. Oh. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Oh,
yeah, and this is enough though actually for them to probably take this A site. There's only 1 guy on quad. Tom, nice shot, and yeah, this is actually gonna be a hard retake to be perfectly honest. Only 2 players. This is one of those situations where you just need to find an entry, and if you don't, you gotta back off because you're heading into the last round. Oh, actually, it is. I think it was 16K to be honest, or regardless, they have a crap ton of money, so they're just going to go for it. Nothing to lose. Maui Snake just running in with the op, and yeah, they can full buy for this last round of the half, so it's really not that big of a deal.
Well, 16-16, we are tied up going into the 3rd round of overtime right now. Don't forget, right after this, UC Davis versus UCLA. If we do have UC Davis and UCLA players, please be patient. We appreciate you guys holding on. We're almost done. Hopefully, watch, we end up going into like double OT and then like triple OT, just endless going out. UCLA, UC Davis are just falling asleep with their computer waiting for us.
We'll switch.
More games for us though, right?
I'll promise if we head into triple overtime, we'll switch to the game.
We'll join in the middle of it.
Oh wait, they haven't started yet, right?
I hope not. I hope not.
Yeah, I'm not seeing what's wrong in chat, so maybe we might need to.
I'll get all grumpy at will. I'll have to.
Have he started? Yeah, I'm gonna see if he's in chat. I'm not sure, but regardless, we're here.
I'm checking Skype now too. Just
make sure.
You gotta be all nervous.
They're like, whatever. We're scheduled to play on 8, so we're playing on 8. Sorry, you couldn't be here.
I bet they're just warming up at this point.
Yeah, I'm sure. Regardless, yeah, we're into this last round of the overtime, and AWP here from Tom again. So trying to find any sort of entry here, just playing highway. Both teams are just very, very passive. No one wants to make a mistake, but as I say that, Maui Steak just runs in with the M4, finds a kill with the op, so full JW style, no fear on him, and Fantasy gets a double kill, so... Actually, sorry, Maui Snake.
Maui Snake.
Yeah, he wasn't...
Oh, through the smoke! Sit down, Tom, sit down.
Sit down!
17-6. Well, we're gonna flip sides, I think, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, okay. I was about to say, I'm like, uh-oh.
There we go.
Good half, good half.
Good to know, good to know. So they are actually, yeah, even 10K, you can, as long as you win 1 round, you can pretty much full buy. So I don't know why people want 16K and MR3. That doesn't really make sense, right? Like, all you have to do is win 1 round, and, you know, if you misuse your economy in 3 rounds with 10K, then that's your bad, you know? Honestly, you don't need 10K or 16K. But regardless, this is going to just be kind of a B setup. So Columbia, they want to just end this, but I think they might be a little wary of it. They got the 2-man here, but as well as having Tom so close, playing Z, that's just going to allow him to fast rotate to B, which is something very important if you get rushed down and lose 2 guys pretty quickly. So yeah, he's already hearing the flashes and smokes. He's rotating quickly, so now it's going to be 3 here to defend B, and only 1 man on the lurk, so Mr. Nervous. He's not really going to find anyone here at A main, but he might see someone here at mid. Netram just playing up close, ready to get that flank really quickly. So there's going to be a battle of the flanks. Maui Snake goes down, double kill from the B defense, and this is getting shut down.
Good
3rd kill,
game.
Tom as well from Heaven. They're just shutting this down individually. So good information play by Langara. They got a perfect read, were able to push through mid and just be there so quickly for the flank, and they really knew exactly what was up. When the first flashes came in, Tom had rotated already, and there was 3 on the defense and 1 already behind. So that's pretty much 4 guys on your position, and there's not much you can do to win that.
Yeah, no, I mean, looking at it, that was just a really nice 2-man game right there from Langara. They did a really nice job of switching off and trading off and flashing and timing it out really well, peeking out and helping defend it. Stalled up enough time for Tom to get over and definitely helped him out. I don't know, that's one of the fun things you look at Cash, actually, as a map. Not to go into my own deep own analytical stuff, but a good 2-man game on Cash can really save some teams, especially on both sides on A and B. Got to be really careful in position, because there's just so many openings and opportunity to get through, in special areas. So communication very, very key. But they're gonna go B, going through vents. Uh-oh.
Yeah, they already got the entry too, and this might be too much for Puddles. We've seen him hold it before, but he can't this time. And there's a perfect execute. They grabbed the 1 kill to pull Tom away, and just during that moment, they were able to execute and catch him off guard. So, pretty sick play from them. Really relying on their 1 player. I think that was Maui Snake. Yeah. So relying on Maui Snake to find the kill. And what happened?
I'm watching the video, like he's trying to bang him through the wall. He actually took, I think he took a chunk of it off. But, nope. Alright, well here we go. This is scary, scary stuff after all the trial and tribulations. Columbia 18-17 on match point. Can they close it out, or are we going to go into double OT? Looks like, can everybody buy? It looks like everybody's economy is going to be alright for this one. Yeah, so it looks like everybody's going to end up getting a nice full buy out of this. Oh, this should be interesting.
Give your team your energies, guys. They're going to need it. This is it. This is the last round, or we're heading our way into double overtime, in which case we'll
now look at this
probably
respect.
switch over to the main game. But regardless,
right
yeah, this is Netram just pushing through Squeaky, has no fear. He's got so much information. They're going to be able to call this and know that it's mid-control towards B. And this is kind of all you need. Doing it, playing perfectly, falling back. Don't take this aim battle doing it. You don't need to. You know exactly where they are. Just rotate to B, help your teammates out. They're actually finding an entry as well, but doing it at least able to trade out.
Same exact
Puddles,
strat right there.
Last man. Yeah, they pulled the rotate over. At least Tom wary of it this time, but takes the aim battle. Reloading without knowing Puddles is on site, but doesn't matter because Mr. Nervous hits his shots. And Columbia could be doing this from 10-5 during the or 5-10 during the first half, but there's still 2 players left. Fantasy missing his spray, no way. Netram giving a window of opportunity to win this round for the team. Doing it, going for the Kobe,
that
but
nade didn't go over
both
the box.
CTs are so low, they have to hit headshots. Doing it, he gets a spray. Last player, Mr. Nervous, so low, and they win it. They're able to clutch this into double overtime.
It's in the flame. The bomb's in the flame. Do they have enough time?
Yeah, they got it.
I almost freaked out. I was just like, oh my god, he mollied the bomb. It's going to be the play of the year. To keep it alive in OT.
Yeah, the triple molly play on the Cloud9. Is that what someone said? Don't do it, yeah.
Don't do it, don't do it.
Cloud9, don't do it. Yeah,
double
wow,
OT.
yeah, we're in a double OT, and,
UCLA, UC Davis, want to make a formal apology to you guys. We'll be joining you guys after we're done here. A little bit even later than we expected, so again, thank you for waiting. They're West Coast, though. They'll be alright. It's not like we're asking East Coast teams to play this late. They'll be alright.
yeah, we'll draw the line, guys, at triple OT, alright? We promise we're not gonna...
That's when it gets too far, yeah. Triple OT.
Yeah. We'll draw the line there, so...
We're just trying to get on ESPN right now. It'd be like one of those like highlights. Be just like, did you catch this game? It went into 8 overtimes. Like the score, they just kept tying it up.
Craziest college game of the season of the year, 2016.
Slash is going to be reporting.
But Netram, look at this. He's already on the flank. Oh, he's biding his time. Legs. It's so hard to watch people with good trigger discipline, but it's scary and amazing at the same time. So he's going to report that, at least knows that one mid, and he's just going to go for the full flank. Maui Snake has no idea. Legster also walking by the whole team. Netram is just getting in his sights, in their flash. He's going to go, finally goes for the trigger, gets the first kill, and that's after 2 of their teammates die. So, yeah, wow. Even though he had all the information, was unable to do anything because his teammates just took the aim battles, which you didn't need to do, right? You knew exactly where they're coming from. Just wait for that flank. Wait for them to be distracted because, oh no, we're getting flanked, and then peek. But Tom, he's going to try and bring this round back. If he knew just how low they were, he'd pull out his USP for sure. And he sees the shoulder of one of the players, gets smoked. He's going to walk through it, and Shenanigans is ready. They're waiting for this push, but no, they're unable to find him until Fantasy chimes in with the spray.
That was pretty smooth. That was pretty smooth.
Pretty smooth, but man, sad to see them win that, especially with Netram getting so many people in his crosshair and only able to find 1 kill. And you don't want to say he threw that because he didn't. His teammates were also maybe taking the aim battles they didn't need to. When you know exactly where they're coming from, you gotta wait for that flanker to make a play, or else you're just gonna get shut down. In that case, they were probably just a little overconfident, thought they could win the battle.
Yeah, well, I mean, would you say in terms of for Netram, he should have been a little bit quicker to help out and kind of get over as soon as he like I guess I don't know.
Surely,
I mean, it's probably a 2-way street. They probably should have urged him to come a little bit quicker to help him out, but overall, it was a pretty good idea. But Tom getting
he was hoping to find 2 of them to line up for him, and I think his window was when they were both crossing, and try to get them off flash. But yeah, just unable to really do much with that information and. They're finding these entries so easily now. Mr. Nervous back onto his form he was during the first half. Sprays through the smoke, unable to find the kill, but Maui Snake at least finishes him off. And one-man advantage now. They're getting the bomb down in a great spot as well, so they're going to be able to hold this from A-Main and Squeaky, respectively. So, interesting retake coming in. We're going to have to see if Langara can claw their way back into this game now. Maui Snake finds another kill, but no one watching his back from Truck. Really peculiar situation considering it's a 3-on-2 and now a 3-on-1 for Puddles. So he's probably just going to save this off. Yeah, he's going to respect him a little bit. Try and just find that 1 round and hope they can do what Columbia did.
Save the op, man. Save the op.
Save the op. Save the animal hills. Save the earth. Save the op.
Oh, he might find him. Uh-oh. 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 Oh no, Puddles! He loses the off even at the very end. Dang.
39 kills from Mr. Nervous. 39 kills from Maui Snake. 30 kills from Fantasy. 39 kills from Tom. There's a lot of 39.
The good news is everybody's in double figures at least. Lagster with that 10 at the very bottom there.
Ooh, you got called out on stream, Lagster. Hurts.
It's all good. No, I mean, trust me.
He's on the winning team.
If you're in double figures, hopefully you're at least doing something. So
no, it's 100% true, and I was 100% kidding because. That just goes to show kills don't matter, right? Your team's winning. So, oh no, Lagster pulled out the bomb! It made commentators curse. We were trying to give you credit. Just wallbang on Lagster. You can bang it. Oh, he goes for the nade kill.
He just tried to go for the flash neck. Just hits a wall and gets popped down.
Amazing.
That was funny.
Amazing. And yeah, they're just getting shut down now.
Oh.
And
Well,
Gara.
Paul's getting a shot there, but yeah, taken out pretty quick. Well, 21-18. They're going to flip sides. 1 round, all Columbia needs. 1 round, and they can finish it out here. First overtime struggled a little bit. Rocky road in the first half and second half. But finally, second overtime, have a chance to close it out. I mean, again, when you have a generally, you say more, again, this is like sort of theory crafting, but when you have a little bit more of like a talented team and whatnot, usually you would think the longer the game goes, the better odds that your team has, right? Because you're going to be able to think it out, you're going to be able to out-strategize, hopefully, maybe out-position yourself, whatever the case is. But you could see that kind of here in the second overtime. Definitely much more consistent and solid play coming out of Colombia right now.
Yeah, experience will always shine through, especially when you get in overtime, because it's just full buy rounds, so there's no more weird Tech 9 stuff coming out. It's just all people brute force, buying what they can, buying all they can, rather. And, yeah, it looks like we're starting to see, obviously, Colombia just try and find these picks, but Langara, they're just not peeking anymore. And actually, as I speak, Shenanigans goes for the peek, finds a kill, and Lagster and also Shenanigans gets dropped by Tom, so that's a mid control and B site taken, and this is all they need. They're able to take the site. Little do they know they're actually getting flanked right now, so... Oh no, they actually fell back, so they're just going to play the default 3-on-3 here. Yeah, one of the players was considering going for the flank, and they're all from the same side. Pulls out a nade and wide open, doing it... Totally misplay there, and Tom at least trying to find the trade kill. It's going to be all here on the Irony, able to find one kill, down to a one-on-one. He has a Molotov. This is what you need for the round. Pulls out the AK, can't spray him, and that Molotov is not going to buy enough time. So,
I don't think... Are you sure?
No. He's got it. Yeah. So, unfortunately, new round times. Who said GG? Is everyone saying GG in the chat? Guys, come on. This ain't 35-second timer anymore, right? Or are we playing with... We're playing with the new update, right? The 40-second matchmaking timer and the 155.
Yeah, everything should be all up to date for that.
Okay.
Wow, look at that. Double 40 bombs from Mr. Nervous Maui Snake, 43 and 42, 30 from Fantasy. Just frags on frags. But congrats to Colombia. Well played from them. Very nice game.
Yeah, my bad, guys. Sorry to interrupt you. I misread the GGs. I thought the other team... I thought the defuse meant the game went on, so I'm going to get definitely bashed for that. So, yeah. Apologize, guys. Misread the teams at the top. We now have a name, Columbia Group. Ooh, I like it. It's kind of like, sounds fancy, right? Distinguished. Like, oh, we're the Columbia Group.
All right, everyone. Well, we're going to quickly go to a commercial break as we hop over to the other server and hopefully get UC Davis versus UCLA started for you guys. That's our second match of the night. We thank you for watching. Stick around. We'll be right back in a couple minutes.
Peace.
Now for our throwback. Voted by you last week, let's go back to December 28th, 2012. Here is Breakaway by Solero. For next week's throwback by visiting our hub during the podcast stream at live.monstercat.com. Voting will start momentarily.